Hello, everyone. Again, we're on this theme of war. It's a difficult subject, but we are headed towards something that no one seems to want to stop. So last week we talked about Israel's identity, that I define them as an end times garrison state, and that drives their actions. And there's only one other country in the world that I can think of that thinks like this, and that is Russia. Here's why. Let's go to the map. Russia, this huge country, 11 time zones, there are only 145 million Russians in this entire land. Well, in a population of the world of 8 billion, that's not very many. You know, who do they have to the east? You've got the Mongols, China, Korea, Japan. They've been at war with these people at some point throughout their history. Underneath, you've got hundreds of millions of Muslims. And then to the west, you've got the Western empires that have encroached on Russia. Sweden invaded there 300 years ago. Napoleon rolls through there 200 years ago. Hitler is there in the last century. And now they feel NATO coming in this way. So what's happening here? All right, now you have to start thinking like a Russian. It's a lot like Israel. We're the last Russians left. We're surrounded by enemies. And some of these enemies, we don't even understand why they hate us, in particular, the West. So what's happened between the United States and Europe, in particular against Russia? You have to go back 1,000 years. You have to go back to the Great Schism. Basically, it was the division of the Catholic Church. It was in 1054. The Eastern Orthodox Church said, you people in Rome have lost your minds. The popes are corrupt. You've totally lost the true faith. You fell in line with the Caesars. We don't want any part of you. So they moved the capital of the Eastern Orthodox Church here to Constantinople. Well, okay, so you've got two churches, both claiming to be the one true church, and then 400 years later come the Muslims, and they overthrow Constantinople. Where did the Eastern Orthodox Church go? They migrated to Russia. The Patriarch, the Eastern Orthodox Pope, resides in Russia. Think about this, how this aligns with Israel. We're the last ones. We're not just a people group, but we're the defenders of the faith. And whether that's Christianity or whether it's Torah, it's the same thinking. All right, so who are the heroes in Russian history? Oh, Peter the Great. Why? There are 11 historical avenues of approach, invasion routes into Russia. Peter the Great sealed them all off. Not only did he protect the Russian people, he protected the faith. What's Putin doing right now? Oh, he's acting like Stalin. He wants to bring back the Soviet Empire. Actually, if you look at what he's doing, it's far closer to Peter the Great. He is sealing off the invasion routes. And by the way, Ukraine was one of them. And look at Putin's speeches. Every time he does a speech, look at the crowd. He has the patriarch in the crowd. And with his bishops and lieutenants, with the robes and the hats, the whole deal. And he isn't just talking about military war, he's talking about culture war. He's saying here in Russia, we are not doing the crazy things the West is doing. We value family, we value faith. So what does it look like? Like Israel. We are defending the faith, we're defending our people, and the mentality is we're the last ones. We will fight to the end. Unless you understand how people think, it's hard to deal with them in any kind of peace talk. So what does this mean to you as investors? Again, we get back to this escalation thing. Unless we have cooler heads prevail here, Russia will continue to push the borders to the west to give themselves a buffer zone against what they see as an aggressive Christian against Christian here. But that's what they see. So again, we're back to demands for natural resources. By the way, we just cut off all uranium imports from Russia. Okay, well, that means we're going to have to get our own uranium here. Uranium prices have just gone up, up, up. You get the idea. This is going to happen with energy. It's going to happen with commodities. It's going to happen with all of those things that Russia has, which is a lot of natural resources, will drive up the prices. That's good for you, but it's bad for the country. So next week, we'll continue on this war theme, but we will talk about the United States and how we think that is so much different than the way Russia and Israel think. And with that, I'll turn it over to Walt.